So peer pressure. I want to talk about peer pressure. You go to lesson and then you find out that everyone is into hip-hop. You feel like that is the source of income, that you have no source of income as a young girl that's not doing anything, that the only source of income is your parents. So you feel like, cook up is giving money, let's just do it. And then you be the only one that is not into it. Some people just dress half naked and come to lesson. You feel like you're the only one that is not into hookup. And your parents are not people, like your parents are strict and they're not people that you can just open your mind to. And they even find it difficult to tell them your likes and dislikes. So you feel like, this hip hop is really giving really giving money. And then that peer pressure, that peer group influence will be too much that you won't know what to do. You won't know if you should join them. So I'm just saying, when you're in a situation like this and no one is there to advise us and tell us what is right or wrong, what should we do?
Now, I understand that some people might be genuinely curious about this particular question she just asked, especially with the advent of social media and some behavior of some so-called influencers that young persons follow. So I'm going to say three things. First thing is that peer pressure, the presence of peer pressure is already a strong evidence to point towards fundamental issues of self-esteem and identity. So I need you to look beyond being pressured to engage in hookup and begin to understand that, see, there's a more serious problem here, which is a problem of self-esteem. So for you to even be experiencing pressure to do something that you know is inherently wrong should tell you that there's the problem of self-esteem and identity, and that is what should be addressed first. Once you address that, trust me, the peer pressure will take care of itself. Second thing I would like to talk about is you need to understand how powerful the influence of your environment can be on your mindset and on the choices you make. Now, when I talk about your environment, I'm not just talking about your family and your geographical location. I'm talking about the people you give ear room to, the people you listen to, people you follow on social media, the people you're following, your circle, right? So one thing I would recommend again is to weed your circle, to weed your environment, to understand that no matter how, I know you might think it doesn't really matter, but the kind of people you follow are going to strongly impact your self-esteem. They're going to strongly impact your sense of identity. They're going to strongly impact the choices you make, right? So when you take care of this, again, peer pressure will take care of itself. And finally, you already know more than you give yourself credit for. You already know this is wrong. Entirely understand what is wrong with it and the consequences that come with it yet. But you feeling pressured and thinking twice is the goodness inside of you trying to resist the negative influence. The most straightforward answer I would say to you is don't do it, right? Because the more you yield to the negative influence, the more you numb the goodness inside of you. And the more you numb the goodness inside of you, the more you start getting comfortable indulging in other negative and bad things. And before you know it, you begin to lose yourself. So now I know I said a lot of things that just sound like, I might sound like rocket science, especially to a very young person. I said a couple of things that might sound really vague. I promise I'm going to try as much as possible to have a longer version of this video and hopefully host other adults who are going to join me in trashing this particular topic thoroughly, so that we'll understand the fundamentals, like what is really the cause of peer pressure and how it can be properly addressed. Thank you very much for joining us again this week. We'll see you some other time. Bye.